What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. Today, we are watching and listening to, for the first time, James Blunt's Monster. I don't know anything about it. I know James Blunt. He's the one who did the You're Beautiful song. But other than that, I don't know anything about this. Somebody said to bring tissues. So I did the opposite of that, stupidly. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I don't cry. I'm assuming that's what it's for, unless it's like happy tears. I don't think that's gonna be a thing, because you guys like to see me cry and scream. So why don't we just get right into it? Thanks so much for being here, guys. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Leave me a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Check out everything else we got going on here. Patreon, the Mad Media podcast is booming. Check it out if you haven't already, where me and Johnny talk about film, TV, art, music, and break everything down on a conversational level where we can all understand it and just kick back with some snacks, some drinks. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll leave a link to the videos down below, and the audio is anywhere you guys get your podcasts. Also, check out the merch. We got sales going on all throughout the month of July and August and September. I'm even rocking one of them right now, the Inspired series. So treat yourself and get yourself one today. All right, guys, let's get right into it. This is James Blunt Monster. Let's go. Ooh. It's gonna be really intimate.
Oh, before they turn off all the lights, I won't read you your wrongs or your rights. The time has gone. I'll tell you good night, close the door. Tell you I love you once more. The time has gone.
What's this about?
So here it is. I'm not your son. You're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive. No need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud.
Oh, man. Okay. That's what this is going to be about. I should have brought the tissues. I should have brought the tissues. I have a good relationship with my dad. And I was just talking about this to somebody the other day, where the social norms of being a man sometimes can get in the way of having that connection with your dad on an emotional level. And my dad, he's a boomer. He grew up in the 50s, fixed everything with his hands, and couldn't ask for a better childhood. Just the emotional connection at times just isn't there. And I swore I would never do that for my own kids. But I'm also adopted. And I'm adopted pretty much because of my birth father, where my birth mother got pregnant in college. He split. She didn't have enough money to support me and had to make the hardest decision of her entire life. And I've always thought to myself, how am I going to address him? If I ever meet him, how would I do it? And it sent me through this whole high school emo phase, wearing all the silly bands and defend pop punk bands and swoopy hair. And now I just focus on them, and I focus on parents and not being necessarily by blood and appreciating who they are, but at the same time wishing that there could be more. And it's such a heavy burden, wishing that there could be more and not focusing on what you have until it's seemingly too late. That's kind of what we're dealing with now. So, this is going to be a fun one. Oh, God.
So daddy, won't you just go difference is this one is true. The time has gone. I folded your clothes on the chair. I hope you sleep well, don't be scared. Time has gone, so here it is.
Also, I just want to say that second verse really got me. Not because I'm a fan of the second verse, it's because um, when you grow up with somebody, and this is why a father figure is so important, is that you know, you grow up, especially as a boy, you grow up and your dad, provided that he's a good father, is your hero, and he's this larger than life character that's invincible. And that's exactly what I want to be for my kids, is that I want to be this larger than life person who's always there, who can do anything, who's got no kinks in his armor and just flawless. The problem is, when you're going through the end, you don't see that as much anymore. Not just because you got older, but also because they did. And you realize, yes, they are flawed. If they did, a great job, maybe they hid it from you. But one of the hardest things is seeing that impenetrable image of them and how you saw them start to fade as they get older, as disease starts to set in, and you end up having to be the one reading stories or folding clothes or helping them up the stairs. And it's one of the worst things to deal with. So, I sympathize with you, James Blunt.
I'm not your son, you're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive, no need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. So, Daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid. It's my turn to chase the monsters away.
Oh, hell.
Sleep a lifetime, yes, and
Ah.
breathe the last word. You can feel my hand on your heart. I will be the last one, so I'll leave the light on. Let there be no darkness in your heart. But I'm not your son, you're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive, no need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. So, Daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid. It's my turn to chase the monsters away.
Yep. Oh, God. Man, you guys really love seeing me cry, don't you? That was one of the most powerful songs I've listened to in a long time. And mind you, I grew up with an opera background. You want to talk about melodrama? My God, listen to Verdi. Sometimes we'll read a piece of poetry or we'll hear some really nice metaphor about how we feel about somebody. It's chock full of all this flowery language, and it really touches us. It really does. But then sometimes you just gotta say something as straightforward as possible, and that really cuts you deep too. You know, as soon as he said, "I'm not your son, you're not my father, we're just two grown men saying goodbye," that hit harder than anything I've experienced in my entire life. And I'm not kidding. I've been hit by a car, and this hurt more than that. I don't know what it is, and if there are any psychologists out there, I'd love to hear your take in the comments. But fathers and sons, there's always just that interesting relationship where, you know, if provided that all the variables are there and the son is afforded a good lifestyle, a good upbringing, you know, the father and the boy, it's like, that's my boy, that's my son. We go out, we play ball or do anything, whatever you do as a father and son. And then as you get older, is there something that is ingrained in them where emotion isn't as discussed? Maybe I'm the outlier. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you sons out there do have amazing relationships with your father. I have a great relationship with my dad, my adopted dad, which I don't even say because I don't view it that way. He's always been my dad. But I know for a fact that I feel much more comfortable talking to my mother about emotional things, which is almost why I have a preference when it comes to therapists, and it's women in their upper 50s and 60s, because that's the person I'm comfortable speaking my mind to. When I got my first tattoo, I didn't go to him. I went straight to my mom because I knew he wouldn't approve and I just didn't want to hear it. But things are coming around now. But that's because I'm able to level with him man to man, and I don't know if that plays a part in it or if I'm just spitballing here, but it really does make me sympathize with what James Blunt is going through. And it seems like he's going through his father dealing with a terminal illness and coming to peace with the final moments. The facade of you being this larger than life character has been stripped away. I'm folding your clothes, I'm helping you up, I'm tucking you in, I'm telling you bedtime stories, and I'm chasing the monsters away this time. So you don't have to be afraid. What we did in the past to each other will keep, but what happens now is more important. And I'm so interested in hearing, did he have a bad relationship with his dad? Because he says, "I'm not your son, you're not my father, we're just two grown men saying goodbye." Like, was there some fallout? Because that is a powerful line to tell your own father, "I'm not your son and you're not my father." That is heavy. And on top of that, going back to the music, the melody was so beautiful. It was a nice ballad. It was slow. You didn't have a whole lot over it. You didn't have a huge band. It pretty much was just a little percussion, guitar, some synths in the background, but it was so effective. I felt this space in the song. It kept it open. It wasn't too clustered at any times, and it led properly into the moments that it was supposed to, and then it depressed when it needed to. There were some harmonies at the end. It sounded like there was a small chorus at the last repetition, and it felt angelic, as if they were sending his father off to wherever he's going, sending his father off and reading him his rights. And it was so powerful. I can't believe I haven't heard this song, and it's been around for a few years now, and immediately cut me to my core. And that's all thanks to you guys, you jerks. But keep them coming. I honestly love these musical recommendations. I love expanding my library and repertoire of music, whether it's modern, whether it's older, any genre. Guys, keep them coming. Leave them down in the comments. I'll write them down and I'll get to them eventually. But you guys seem to love to watch me cry on this channel and scream my head off on this channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, you know what to do. Leave me a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Check out everything else we got going on the channel here on Patreon, on the Mad Media podcast, and our interview series. And check out our merch shop where we got new stuff every single month for you to feel at your very best. And that's what we want on this channel. Also, guys, guilty plea, I'm saving up for a new vlogging camera specifically so we can go on more vlogging adventures like Fanatics Fest, Comic-Con, all the traveling that we're going to do. So any super thanks, any tips, any subscriptions to Patreon, guys, would be greatly appreciated. It's all going to be going to that equipment, which is going to be going back towards content for you. So thank you guys so much for all your patronage. I humbly appreciate it, and I will give back every single cent in every way I know how. That's it for me, guys. This has been a hell of an afternoon already. I need to go take a nap. From one artist to another, stay creative, and I'll see you again.